Hello everybody. Today I want to explore what you think and what about the benefits of remaining the victim after an event has happened. How long will you keep that victim mentality going? What would be the benefits? Some might say that you'll get some strokes, you'll get some there, you'll get a little bit of attention. You will think, well, actually, do you know what? They really like me because they want to ask me about it. But after a short time, people forget. They're not interested. They think, oh my goodness, not again. So really, and also I think, I know. Oh, I shouldn't say that really, should I? I feel that when you remain a victim, you lock yourself into that past. You really lock yourself into that past. You can't bring yourself forward. You stay there. While you're staying there, you're reliving it. You're giving it power, massive power. When you go back to the past and you're regurgitating it and you're spitting it out everywhere you go, everyone says, oh, how's such and such now? What happened? Do you know about it? What about this one? What about that one? And you know what? It's not nice, is it? It's not nice to keep going back to your past. Heal from your past, learn from your past, but move forward. Move forward. Start to take responsibility for yourself and how you feel, what your actions are, what you say to yourself, what you say to others. It is very difficult at first when you drop the victim role. I've worked with many people that have found it very, very difficult. They keep going back. They're going back. I had a client that told me she could remember when she was 3 months old in the cot. Something awful happened to her. I don't know how she had that memory, I'm sure. So I think that's either what she's been told from somewhere else, or I don't know what I think it was. But what I say to people is start to make your own decisions, start to make your own choices, take responsibility. When you hand over your responsibility to anyone about your life, they start to make decisions for you. They start to tell you what it's like, what you should be doing, you could be doing. And then when it all goes belly up and wrong, you actually can turn around and say to them, well, actually, it's your fault. It's your fault. Still in that place, still in that place. You don't have to be in that place. You can just take responsibility a little step at a time, one step at a time. Nothing major, nothing big, nothing huge. And it's okay not to be the victim. So how do you break that habit? Very difficult, I should imagine, at first. Very, very difficult at first. Because this is something that's been instilled in you, something that you've been used to doing, and you probably have moved from situation to situation where it's poor me, look what's happened to me. Oh, isn't this awful? This is so awful. Awful, awful. So you don't know any different, and maybe your parents were a victim of circumstance. Maybe this is something that you learn on the way. But for me, or for what I'm going to say now, is to break from that mold, you have to remove yourself from that way of thinking, that way of self-talk, that way of accepting yourself, warts and all, and your past. Your past is part of who you are. Your past is everything, really, but your present, your past is gone. It's like the wake of the boat. That's your past. That comes out the back of a boat. That's your past. The engine is what's driving your future, your present and your future. And you are your engine that's driving your present and your future. You have choices. So when you learn a new behaviour or a new way of thinking, a new strategy, it's going to take a bit of getting used to. When you're not speaking about that awful thing that you think is so awful, and you have to then learn to think about other things in your life. It could be that you're talking about really nice things that are going on in your life at the moment. But when that first happens, you feel you've got nothing to talk about, because all you've talked about is the stuff that happened to you. So look around, I say, look around, and I'm a great person, believer in the gratitude, and how the universe listens when we say our gratitude, listens. And you haven't got room once you start to practice this each day. You haven't got room to be look back. What you haven't got, what you had, you lost. How someone treated you, how this happened, how you can blame the mother, the father, the sister, you name it. But when you're grateful for what's happening in your life right now, when you're truly grateful, even if at first you can't feel it, you can't see it, sit down and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Try to find something in your day that you are really, truly grateful for. I know I've been practicing this now for the last couple of years, and my life has turned around in a million different ways. I can't even begin to tell you. But I do say to people that I'm coaching, be grateful. If you can't think about, not being the victim for a lifetime, practice one day at a time. My sister that passed away about 9 years ago, she always said to me when I was having a bad day, and I say that, and I pass this on. She's not here, but I always anymore. I remember her saying to me, Pen, she said, put a limit on to the time that you want to feel bad. If you want to feel bad all day, give yourself permission. If you want to feel bad about for just a morning, give yourself permission. Or if you want to only feel bad till 10 o'clock this morning, then that's it. After that, that's it. So what I'm saying with new behaviours, you can actually time yourself to learn that new behaviour.